So in this video we're going to be looking at how to create our navigations. Okay, so just go over to our code here and write down under the image here. I think this, no, that's not the image. Alright, there's the image here, and just gonna put a little bit arrow there so that whatever is coming should go under. I'm just gonna say home, give a space for the pipe button. The pipe button, just hold the shift key and then touch the backwards backslash. That's the key under the backspace. About us, gallery, news, show, events, contact us. Alright, just go ahead and save your work now and then refresh. Okay, this is, I think it's too close, so I'm just gonna break one more time. Okay, so I want to link all these things. Right, so I want the home page. When you click on it from wherever you are, it should take you to the home page, which happen to be the index.html page. Okay, so still with the anchor tag ahref equal to index.html. Okay, so you're gonna close the anchor here, close a. Okay, so you're gonna do the same for the about. Let me refresh this and see the home. Alright, sorry, I think there's something that's not done well here. Okay, this one here, save your work and refresh it. Okay, so there's the home. So whenever I click on it, it should take me to, I'm always in the home page. Yes, and I'm always in the home page. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for the about. Ahref equal about.html. Ahref equal about.html. Okay, I'm gonna close it here. Close A. Gonna do the same for gallery. Ahref equal gallery.html. Close it here. Do the same from here. Ahref equal news.html. Close A, and then the last but not the least there is the ahref equal contact.html. Close A. Alright, so I'm just gonna save my work now and then do a quick refresh here. Alright, so this is our navigation link here. So when I click the about us page, it's going to take us to the about us page, but you can see the navigation is not right here. It's only found in the home page. So what I'm going to do is to copy our navigation. Where is it? I think it starts here. Just go all along. Okay, this is our navigation. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy it now Okay, and then in the code for the about us, I'm gonna put it there. So under the image, just put a little BRO there. So I'm gonna paste the copied navigation link here. Alright, so this is our navigation. Okay, save your work now and then do a quick refresh. So let's link now to about us. See, about us page, it has a link. Oh, it has a link. Okay, so that's how to create your link. Now the right way to create other pages, for instance, now I want to create a gallery page that contains pictures. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm supposed to do is to use a page as the default. Let me change this welcome here. It shouldn't be showing welcome in that page. So English the H1. The whole of it I should just get rid of it. Okay. Save. This is the about us page. Okay. Alright, this okay. I was thinking this is a about us page, so got it about. See the about us page, that thing is not there anymore. Okay, so I will not create a gallery page. So what I can do to create the gallery page is to use a page, maybe the about us page or the index page as a template. So since I'm just here, the about, I'll just go over to file and then click save as. You understand? Then I'll just go over to gallery.html. so that way I already have the index, I have the about us page, so I'm creating the gallery.html. But let me cancel this now. Before you do that, make sure you press the Ctrl S or you go to file and click save, so as to save any recent changes you've done to that page. You understand? Because I'm going to save with another name now, thereby creating a new page. Okay. Alright, so just go to file and then save as to get a new page, gallery.html. You understand? So this is now a gallery page. So when you go over here, you see that I have 3 files open there. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is to change the title here to gallery. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, whatever kind of editing you feel you may want to do, so it depends on you, it's all left for you. So you could decide. I could leave an H1 here that says photo gallery close H1. So you can click on the gallery page. This is our gallery. It's about us, is the home page. So I guess with this in place, you could create news.html and then contact.html. So I'm just going to create a contact.html because I'm going to use that page to show you how to create a form. Okay, so let me go here. I'm going to use this page as this is our gallery file. Save as contact.html. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for this page is to change it to contact us, and then here is going to be your feedback is important to us. Okay, so I'm going to create contact us, so your feedback is important to us. This click here to know more, I think it's not supposed to be there anymore. I'm just going to get rid of this guy here. Okay, so now what I want to do here is to create a form here. Okay, normally the let's say let me just get H2 office address close H2. Normally the contact page should contain office address, email, phone number, and any kind of contact information, WhatsApp and the rest of it now, so that it can use to reach you. Understand? Number 5, Kings Link Road. Come on. Matthew Road. Warri. I don't know if there's any place by that description in Warri. So Matthew Road. After the road, I think I should have a B arrow here. B arrow. Another B arrow here. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this now and then do a quick editing. Change this now to websites www.firstgospel.com. So I'm just gonna copy this now, paste it here. To copy is Ctrl C and to paste is Ctrl V. Let's say phone +234 805522. Don't call that number, that's not the real number. Yes. So alright, so this is our contact us page. Oh, I did not create a news.html page. Okay, let it not be like that guy is left out. Let's just create it. News.html. News updates and featured events. I'm gonna change the title to news and events. Alright, so news update and featured event gallery, contact us. Yes. So everything working well now. Alright, so let's work on the contact us page. Right here I want to create a form here. Now to create a form in HTML, there are a couple of things you could do. Understand? In the Dreamweaver class I'm going to show you extensively how to create a form with Dreamweaver and make it easier for you. Alright, so but right now under this place, to create a form we're going to use the form tag, close form. Okay, now that's the form tag. It's not going, nothing's going to display here, and the first thing I'm going to do is to put a form work with inputs. Okay, but the first thing I'm going to enter some information for the form. The first thing here is the you could give the form a name, but it's not so compulsory, but it's a good one. Name equal to feedback. It's a feedback form. Understand? Then the action. Every form must have an action. The action talks about when this form is being submitted, what's the page that's going to open, as in what's the destination of this form content. Understand? If you're doing development, the action of the form is going to be a page that will contain some PHP codes to catch the form data and then look for a way, one way or the other, to manipulate them. Okay, so that's going to be the action of the form. But right now I'm just going to put an HTML page that's going to open to say thank you. So thank you.html. alright, then we have the method. Every form have a method. We have either you can use post posts or gets. In Dreamweaver you're gonna know the difference between the posts and the gets. Okay, so basically these are the only information that you need in order to get your form up and running. Now form works with form is generally used to get user input. Maybe someone logging in, you need a form to get his username and his password, you understand, and then when it's been submitted, a page is going to check if that username and password match with the username and password on the database. Or maybe someone is registering for the first time in your website, you need some input tag to receive the user information also and store them on your database. So whatever, maybe someone will perform a search on your site, you need a form to take what it's looking for, and then using that information check for the database to see if what is searching for is on the website or on the database of the website. Alright, so generally form is used to gather user information, to get user information. So if form is used to get user information, then there's what we call the input tag. So form work with different input. There are different ways you can get user information. You could allow the user to type what he's looking for. You could allow the user to click some kind of checkbox, you understand, to get his information. You could allow the user to select an information from list of predefined lists, you understand, a kind of little drop down menu that the user could just select what he's looking for. For instance, now you say something like country, you could have a drop down menu that says Nigeria, Ghana, United States, and the rest of it now. Okay, so that's just it. So we have different kind of inputs, so the user could easily select one of that, and then when the form is submitted, you understand, based on the selection you've just been able to grab the user information. Alright, so that means what form work with different inputs tags. So I'm just going to have two inputs here, inputs excuse me. Am I in the right way? Hey, sorry, I'm creating this in the news page. That's not good at all. This news page, I'm creating it on the news page. It ought to be in the contact us page, so I'm just going to cut it out from this page and put it on the contact us page. So this is a form. I just select it. I'm just going to move it from here by using the cut button. Okay, save my work again. You understand? So I want to put it on the contact us page, so I'm just going to close this guy and open the contact us page. Open with Notepad. Alright, so under the feedback, whatever your feedback is important to us, this your feedback is important to us, I'm going to put it right there. Alright, there's a form. So this is it now. Save your work and then alright, so right now I can type something. My username is onos2cee, and then this one, and the first thing I'm going to do is to get this guy down. I don't want it to be the same line like that, so I'm going to break here br. Okay, so make more sense. So if this were to be a login form, I'll just type my username onos2cee and my password, just anything could be my password. And but the problem now is, how is the system going to know what is the username and how am I going to know where to type my username and my password? So before the input field, you're going to put something like user name, and then here password. Alright, so I know I'm to type my username here on those 2CEE and or James White, then password computer. But for a I'm just gonna quickly do something here. Now let me cancel these guys here. Now when talking about input tag, we have different attributes for the input tag. Just like we have attributes of form as name, action and method, we have attributes for input tag. The first attribute for input tag is name. Understand? So you might not see the effect of it when we're working with it right now, but to a developer it is very important, because when you send this, it sees it as this is input, this is input. So it's going to be confused. It's going to say, hey, which of these input fields is the username and which of them is the password? Okay, so you could have 10 input fields. It's going to be confused. Let's say for instance this were to be a registration form, okay, whereby I need to send username from the form to username area in the database and password from the form or to the password area on the database. If I send it like this, it's going to be confused, because these two guys, they are just one and the same, you understand? So I don't want to get my program confused, so I'm just going to insert a name that's going to be sent along with the form, you understand? Because this thing you type here, as you can see, is typed outside of the input field, so it has nothing to do with it, right? So I'm just going to put something that will go with it. So the name will be username, username. Okay, that makes sense now. So I think, alright, so even if you refresh, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see any effects here, you understand? So I just typed some kind of junk text, so don't try to pronounce that word. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one is type. We have different type for inputs. The first type we have is text. By default it's already in text, so this is a text box. Okay, now another type we have is password. You understand? Password is just like text, but the difference is that when you're typing on a password field, the content is not going to be displayed. You understand? It's going to show as box. So let's say this is a James Gabe and the password computer. You see, it's not going to be displayed, and there is, it makes more sense. Okay, so quickly, that's just it. Although it has another one called value. Let me quickly erase this now out of this place. Now, you know, this a text field, understand, and this place looks like a text field, just that the what I'm typing is not going to be displayed. So a text field and a password field allows a user to type in his value, his or her value, into what the field there, you understand? So there is no point entering value in this place now, because the user is going to type it, but there's some kind of input field like a checkbox. It's just too small, and it just allows the user to click, you understand? That way we're going to how am I going to put it now? We are going to like put in the value of each box, you understand? So that when a user clicks this box, when I send it to the destination page, there is a value that's going to be sent. It's not going to send the checkbox itself, but it's going to send a value. For instance, I have a checkbox for yes. I have something for yes and no. When I click yes, the yes box, and I send it, you understand? What's going to be displayed there on the destination page is just yes. I'm not going to see a checkbox there. Okay, so because right here I'm not allowed to type into such small box, you understand? I'm just allowed to click and then make my selection. But right now this place is big enough for me to type, so there's no point inserting a value to it. But let me just insert it, and then you see what's going to happen. This is going to be hero as a value, and then the password value is going to be computer. Let me refresh and let's see what's going to happen. You see, it's like putting in default value for me, and it makes no sense at all if you ask me. Yes, it makes no sense, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay, in a sense, so the user is allowed to type in whatever value he wants, because this is a text field and this a whatever. Alright, so The next thing I'm gonna do is to put in a button that will allow the user to submit. So I'm gonna say we have two types of button. We have submit and we have reset. Okay, so inputs is still an input tag. The name is equal to submit. The type of input is what? Submit. It's a submit button. You understand? The type is what formats the type talks about the nature of that input tag. For instance, the type text makes this one to appear this way. The type password makes this one to appear like this. When you type it's going to show you some little box and some little circles. Understand? Now this type button is what makes it to look like a real button. Okay, now the value, when I click on this, what's going to be sent to the destination page? It should say submit. You understand? Alright, so there's my button, submit. You understand? The value could be go or send, okay, or anything that you want to display there. You understand? But the type must be button, must either be submit or reset. That's just the two type of button we have. But I think I'm going to break this guy here. Just copy this break and then paste it here to take that guy down. Alright, so now the next button I need, let me just copy this now and do a quick one and do some formatting. The name of this button is reset. Reset, the type is reset, and then the value is reset. Reset is the opposite of send. So if I type something here, maybe mark, then password market, I could easily reset this form now and it's going to get rid of everything there. You understand? So but now let me quickly show you this thing here, this get stuff here. Now if I type username as let's say Helen, then the password as computer, and I send, just watch this place. This is our URL query string. Okay, it's found in our address bar. When I submit, it's trying to open thank-you.html, although we've not created that page. You understand? But if we created it, the page is going to show. But that's not my focus here. Now what I want to show you is that it says what is appending username. You know, there's a field called username. Based on the name we gave it here, you see it now, name equal to username. So this is the username field. It says in that username field I typed Helen inside, and in the the username I gave the other one username. Oh, this second one shouldn't be username, it should be password. And so you can't have two fields of the same name, so this should be password. Okay, let me go back again and do a resend of it. Let me reset this now. Helen computer, send. You see, username I type Helen, and the password area I type what? Computer. You understand? So that's it for when you're using the get method. But if you're using the post method, it's going to send the form data secretly to the destination page. You understand? Type the same computer and click send. It's going to open the destination page for you. Of course, you know that I've not created that page, that's why it's showing this file not found error here. You see, but nothing is being attached here. Now when you are dealing with a form that have to do with username and password, never use the get method, always use the post. Okay, and when you're dealing with a form that will support large content, like let's say a very large content, just use the post. So it's going to send it secretly for you into the destination page. Okay, so that's just it. But if you're doing any other thing that does not require the username and password, the kind of secret data and the rest of it, now you can go ahead and use the get method. Right, so that's the quick difference between post and get. Now let me just quickly show you the other input fields we have. For instance, now let me break here. Let me still break here. I could have marital. Let me say married, single. Now I could have an input field here. Okay, name equal to marital. I think I'm gonna put it at the back. Okay, let me leave it there. Marital. The type of type should be radio. We have the radio button, okay, and then the value, when it's been submitted, you saw the value computer and the value Helen. Then when it's been submitted, what is going to be sent there? When a user clicks this, it should send married. Okay, now that's for this first one. Let me just bring this down and bring this down. Okay, so we have married and we have single. There's no room for divorce or searching. Okay, the second one should also be marital, you understand, because both talks about the marital status of the person. The type is the same radio, but the value is going to change, married to single. Okay, so if I check this box, it's going to let the destination know that this person is married. If I check this box, it's going to let the destination know that this person is single. Alright, so I'm going to click this now. So marital. I think I need some more space here, you understand, after the marital. So I'm going to use my non-breaking space, my character entity, and NBSP colon semicolon. I'm going to increase the number of semicolon of this. Alright, so let me just increase it some more. Alright, so as not to be close to this. You see now, oh, I need to break this guy down. BR. Okay, so after filling, I can just click married, click single. That's why it's called the radio button, you understand, because you cannot press in the radio sets. You cannot. I'm talking about those old radio players that make use of those normal cassettes, not this DVD and the rest of it now. Okay, so you cannot press play and fast forward at the same time, or let's say fast forward and rewind at the same time. It's not possible. If you click this one must give way. If you click this must give way, you understand? So both of them excuse me, both of them are using the same marital as their name. Okay, so they are just like we are in the same family, so we know each other. So I think it's a pretty cool stuff. But there's some kind of input field that a user might want to be allowed to check more than one. Okay, for instance, now let's say for things like let me see let's say you need to select from a list of available courses. Okay, so don't mind how we are mixing everything. I'm just using it to show you the whole input fields we have. Okay, so right now, okay, let me just break this guy now. The arrow. So let's say let me get courses, the arrow. we could have things like let's say web design. If this were to be, I'm assuming this were to be a registration form, not a feedback form, you understand. Web design, AutoCAD, Peachtree, CCNA. Alright, so I will want something to, okay, I need to break this guy, BRO. I will need a checkbox so that someone can easily click more than one, select more than one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is to get an input tag. I think I want to put it at the back, so it's gonna be arranged. Inputs, the name is equal to course, the type is equal to checkbox. That's the only difference between checkbox and radio button. That one is radio and this is checkbox. Then the value equal to web design. So if I click this, it's going to send web design down. So I'm just going to do a quick copy on this now and then paste it here, paste here. So I'll just do some editing. Okay, so the difference between each of them is just the value that's going to be sent. Here is going to send AutoCAD, it's going to send Peachtree, that's Peachtree accounting, and here is going to send CCNA, that's Cisco Certified Network Associates. Alright, so you can see courses, you can check the two. You understand, unlike the radio button, when if you click this one gives way, if you click this gives way. Now this one, you will see a similarity between each of them. This one, both are using the same name, Marita. This one, both, they are all using the same name as well, course. Okay, they have the same type, radio. This one type is what, checkbox. The value is different, married, single. This one, the value is different, AutoCAD, web design, Peachtree, CCNA. You see it now, the difference is just this checkbox. Okay, so one allows multiple selection, the other does not support multiple selection. Now the another one that I'm going to show you is the one for sometimes, let's say you want to use that to upload a CV. You understand, you need something to browse a file, you understand, as you upload. So just say upload CV or upload photo or whatever kind of file the user need to upload. Okay, so I'm just gonna say input, the type is equal to file, you understand, and then the name equal to let's say CV. You want to use that to upload a CV, or let's just use a popular photo, but that does not change the type. Upload photo. Okay, so you see it now. Alright, so the user could just go ahead and select something. Let's see from the desktop. Uploads my picture. You see, mandot blah blah blah. So let's say, so I can send it to go along with it. So this is one. If I select something else, it's gonna say this is what have been selected. Alright, so that's just it. Okay, so I think another one is the next one is text area, not really an input. Close text area. You see it now? So that a user can easily type his contents. I love blah 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 blah. You understand? We'll do more of text area when we get to Dreamweaver. Okay, so this is how to create a form. So depending on what you want to do, you can easily create a form using one or two. Let me see, type a real text. I love website design. How do I start? So user types in blah blah blah. Understand? Or maybe I want to learn some courses are selected above. What's the cost? Alright, so I'm single, this my username, blah blah blah. Understand? Just a feedback form. Just click submit now and it's gonna go over. So I think let me just create the thank you page. This is our contact us. So I'll just go over here and then this is thank you.html. Understand? Just a page that's gonna show up. So I'm gonna get rid of all these things now. Thanks for contacting. Will reach you shortly via email. Let me get rid of this form because I don't need it in this page now. I'm just gonna get rid of all this guy. Alright, so let me reset my form and then type something. Gabriel Matthew, married, single, web design. How much for website design? This is a feedback form, so there's no point using the password field, you understand, but you should understand that I'm just using it for demonstration purpose. Alright, so I'm just going to click send. You see it now? It gets take me towards to thank you.html page. Say thank, oh, this should be thanks. Thanks for contacting. We will reach you shortly via email. And that settles it. Okay, so this is how to create a form in HTML. And this, okay, I think before we draw the curtain, I'm just still going to show you one more thing. In the sound, we're through with form, but let me just quickly show you something now. Under about us, let me go over to this. Let me close this now and open the about us page. So I'll show you list. HTML works with lists. Okay, you might want to list one or two items. Let me remove this link here. You understand? Let me put this about us h2 about h2. We are a table company that is Okay, so I want to list some courses. Don't mind what I'm doing. I say this First Pentecost Church, and yet I'm saying we are a reputable company. It's just for the training sake, so we are not designing a complete website here. So we just need to get a concept of what we are doing. So of course, the content should be related to the site that you are building. So whatever the case may be, after practice, you should be able to take up one project and then work on to see how good you are now. All right, so we have what is known as ordered list and unordered list, and that's what's called bullets and numbering in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to work with the ordered list. OL means ordered list, so close OL. Now we have several list items, LI, close LI. So I'm just going to copy this now, and then we are into web design, video editing, engineering stroke networking, history, accounting, project management, etc. You can list off all of that here. Alright, you can see 1 web design, 2 video editing, blah blah blah, blah, like that. You understand? So okay, so that's for ordered list. It's numbering, but sometimes I might not want it numbered like this. I'm going to change it to what's unordered list, UL. So that's just the only thing you're going to change, UL. So it's going to use bullets. Okay, but there are more things you can do with this OL and UL than just using to list some items. For instance, now in CSS, I'm going to show you how to use the unordered list to create a navigation bar. Okay, so it's a pretty cool stuff. Alright, so this is how far we could go for the HTML class. So just sit back, relax, and listen, and get yourself prepared. Work on yourself more on the HTML. Go to the internet and then browse for more HTML code. You could go over to this website. Let me show you, to boost yourself, to boost your skills in HTML. Let me see. Go to www.w3schools.com for more insights, for more tutorials on HTML. You understand? arrow. You could even take their online tests to see how good you are. Okay, so that's just it. Definitely we've been able to cover the very basic concepts that are needed, but that does not mean these things we've done are the only codes that are in HTML. Okay, so that's why I always refer you to go over to w3schools.com to see more things for you that is going to be useful to help your ministry and to help you grow better. Okay, so but for the now, we are really good to go and to start designing good websites. So get ready for Dreamweaver, but for now, goodbye.